and welcome back to season 4, episode 2 of Grit and Grace Leadership Talks with myself, Kate Taylor. I'm very excited today because I have brought on an amazing woman in business and leadership who really shows that grit and grace. She's someone who has been in my network in the business world for a few years now, and I love what she's about and her energy. She runs a company called Pineapple Marketing and Promotions, specializing in social media and marketing. And I believe she's going to help you elevate your personal brand in the busy marketplace today. Let's welcome Louise.
Well, hello. Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
That music was just amazing. I had to put my sunglasses on. So, yes, welcome. Thank you for having me, the amazing Kate Taylor.
Oh, thank you for your time today. It's very exciting. Anything pineapple themed, you can guarantee Louise will have, because that's part of her branding. And she showcases that literally in everything she does. Her personal branding, her posts. You can see her beautiful dress. It's got pineapples all over it. And a mug as well. And the sun. Oh, I just love it. She's just goes the little bit extra on everything she does. And so I'm really excited to have you on today and just come from a different angle, because obviously a lot of people that are listening to this are in the, healthcare, allied health space. Some have businesses, some are working for other people. And a lot of them struggle with the concept of personal branding, marketing, how to stand out in a noisy marketplace, really don't know how to put themselves out there because they've been trained to kind of pull back, not be on show, not put themselves out there like you and I. So I'm always telling them about the importance of branding and marketing. And so I think it would be great to have you on today to kind of, I guess, explain a little bit more depth around that and what you do in your work and how you can help elevate people in a busy marketplace. So, so thanks so much.
Thanks for having me, Kate.
Oh, no worries. And I wanted to kick off with some questions for you. I know I like to ask all my guests, and I'm sure we'll have little bits in between that we can cover as well. So could you tell me a little bit about how you start your day for success and your ideal day that you feel sets you up to succeed? What would your routine be?
Look, I do have a couple of little hints and tips and tricks. And I love the word the plan, because some days the plan does not come to fruition. Now, I've got an incredible business coach, Craig Jones, and he has a saying which is based on 2 words, and it's say, do. So often we say to ourselves, I'm going to go to the gym, but we hit snooze.
Yes.
I'm going to eat healthy, but we go through the Macca's drive-through because we're time poor. So I do try to live my life by those 2 words, say and do. So yes. A perfect plan for me is the alarm goes off at 5:10.
Yep.
And I go to the gym.
Okay.
I really enjoy having that time to be able to sweat and decrease my stress levels. I mean, being a working mum, being a business owner, and being a business owner in the current climate is stressful.
Yes,
so
I agree.
Any opportunity that we can do that, I think, is really, really important. My little hack around that, I mean, obviously I have the luxury of having my own business. I structure my day where I get up early.
Yep.
I have a protein shake in the morning. I try and eat relatively healthy. Yep. I get through my meetings, and usually in the morning is when I'm most energetic, and I'll do my face-to-face meetings in the morning.
Yep.
And then for my lunch break, I set a 22-minute sleep app. And I actually put on my Bluetooth block out mask, and I set an alarm for 40 minutes. So that 40 minutes, I quite often go into a really deep sleep, so deep that I'm dreaming.
Oh, wow.
But that then gives me a reboot for then me to, it's almost as if I start the day again with then refreshed energy. So without that, before I started my nana nap, I would 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I'd be reaching for the chocolate and the coffee and the Diet Coke and all of that. So that's my little hack. Not everyone has that luxury, but even if you've got the opportunity to, put a block out mask on and zen out at your desk or somewhere.
Yes, that would be great, wouldn't it? And I think it's finding that space to recharge, whether it's listening to a meditation or whether it's like having that nap or somewhere where we can just like give ourselves a little break, I think is the key, isn't it?
And
Getting some sunshine.
Even working from home, which I am at the moment, and I find even if on my lunch break, if I take the dog for a walk, I'm getting my steps up, I'm getting some vitamin D. She's getting some exercise as well. And there's a few little things like that can really make such a difference to really setting your day up successfully.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I've started trialing because we've just moved our business home. And so I'm now trying this whole routine thing of working from home and how I structure my day. And a lot of people have been asking around this is like, how do I make sure that I'm productive, that I kind of fill my cup up and feel like I'm energized for my business while also being at home all the time. So something they've all said to me is like, drop the kids off and go and exercise, like whether it's a walk, whether it's a gym session, whether it's a class, like just do something. So I am working on that at the moment because I haven't had that luxury before. Like I was always commuting to work then and starting my day with my team and meetings physically. So this way I can actually restructure and go prioritize my health and well-being at the start of the day. And like you said, I have been feeling way more energized in the mornings doing work when I come and sit at my desk. So it's really interesting.
And I love that. I'm such a fan of you and the work that you do, and I'm a huge fan of you on socials. And I saw last week that you went to the gym in the middle of the day, and I just think so many business owners are still pigeonholing themselves. Okay, I've got to go in the morning. If I don't go in the morning, sure, I might go at lunch. I might do a 9:30 class. If my body's saying you need to rest, you're in fatigue, sleep in, but go at 9:30. And some people might go, well, that's work time. Well, actually, in business, every day's a Friday and every day's a Monday. So there's nights, and because we work from home, where that is fluid, work can quite often seep into our everyday life.
Evenings.
So whether that's you might be on the phone, you might be watching TV, it's family time, what have you. So it's no longer that structured, I work from 9 to 5.
Yes.
And you're a CEO. Recently I had the epiphany that I was like, actually, some of the work I'm actually doing, I don't enjoy.
That's true.
It wasn't filling me up. I mean, it was making me money.
Yes.
But it was causing me stress. So I just thought, it's time to reassess and create the business and the life that I actually want to live. And if that meant breaking up with a couple of clients, that was painful emotionally and financially, short term. But it created space for me to really stop running, stop being busy, and be able to then plan what I want my business and my life to look like.
Interesting. I think that's the thing I found by having this transition. It's like I'm all of a sudden having to shake up my thinking around what I thought was a normal work day. Because like you said, as a business owner, it's work-life integration. We're working all the time. So if we don't put pockets in our day that work around our routine to exercise and to look after ourselves or have those power naps, like when do we do it, and then we have the risk of burning out. And so we don't want to give the rest of us. We want to give the best of us. And I think that is a key in this wellbeing side of our chats on this podcast, because I think people need to remember that you have to, put that oxygen mask on first, and then you can help the others around you. And so you're not serving your audience, your clients, whoever you're working with, by putting yourself last. And I hope that this is something people can get encouraged from, that even as business owners in small business where we're wearing lots of hats, we are still making time for this. And so I hope that I will encourage others who are listening to do the same.
And it's so important. I quite often talk to my clients about imagining themselves as a little car going on a long journey. That little car, you've constantly got to stop and put fuel in the tank and check the tire pressure and stop, revive, survive, and all of that. Take a break every 2 hours. Now, I'm not saying take a break at work every 2 hours, otherwise we'll never get anything done. But there is that level that we need to just press pause and go, okay, now this is time. If you have that slump in the afternoon, it's your body telling you you need to re-energize.
Yeah.
And that might all of us reach for coffee or, you know, what have you.
I do that.
But going for a walk, going to a yoga class. I used to go for a float tank.
I love floats. I should do that.
Floats are great in the middle of the day.
Okay.
You know, again, quite often I would fall asleep in the float tank.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, but then it
so
meant
relaxing.
that when I work in the afternoon, I'm giving the best to my clients. My mind's fresh when I'm doing my admin. And then in the evening for my relationship and my family, they're also getting a good version of me as opposed to a grumpy, snappy, burnt out, tired version of me, which no one really enjoys. I don't even enjoy that version of me.
I know the feeling. It's so true. And I think, it's like I tell people running a business is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So if you want to last the distance, you have to do what you got to do to pace yourself out. Because I meet a lot of people when they're starting out, as you would, and they're like, oh, I want to achieve this, do that, all in the first 2 years. And you're like, Rome was not built in a day. Like, give yourself a moment. And don't be so hard on yourself. Like, if it doesn't work out the way you're thinking in your head.
I know. Well, it makes me want to spray my calm spray, which is always at the ready, because we can't do everything. We can't. And it's just the opportunity to pause and prioritize what we can do and look at what we need to do and what we want to do. And so often, sometimes as a business owner, the stuff we don't want to do, that's your internal, your body, your soul telling you this isn't congruent with you. Like one of the services I recently retired.
Okay. I love that. And I think it's good to tune in, you know, more regularly, I think, to that. And I think by slowing down, we can then listen to that inner dialogue, listen to how our body's feeling and check in with that. Because I feel like if we're go, we're not getting an accurate reading of what our body needs and how we're going to flourish the best in what we're doing. And it's kind of like we've got to go slow to keep going, if you know what I mean. Sometimes we've got to slow down, reassess to keep moving forward. And so, that's something I think after the last few years of COVID in business, I think we all need a bit more of.
I don't know if at the end of last year and the year before, I don't know if I was experiencing burnout or I was close to breakdown or a combination of the two. I mean, running a business, particularly, I mean, we've had COVID, we've had homeschooling, God forbid, you know, homeschooling, let's not even mention that. But, you know, of course, there's been some challenges. And I always try and think, let's not live too far in the past. Okay, that was 2 years ago, move on. But in the last, as a business owner, a lot of my clients have been impacted by the increase in interest rates. You know, their clients are spending less. So they have then in turn been able to spend less with me. That's had a flow-on effect. You know, the added stress that's in business these days is so much more than it ever was.
I agree.
And, you know, the transparency that people can see, the immediacy. We live in an age where people are accustomed to getting everything they want right away.
Yes, instant.
So, you know, I had a message, and this is a true story. I won't name them, but I had a message at 11:48 p.m.
What?
And it was an inquiry. Now, the bulk of my business inquiries come through between 9 and 12 at night, believe it or not, because stressed out business owners are just like, flipping heck, I do not want to do this anymore. I need to outsource it. Some of them are fighting with their partner. You come home and you're doing your marketing all night. But anyway, 11:48, I received an inquiry. At 5:17 a.m. the next morning, there was a message back to say, well, you haven't responded. Obviously, you don't want my business. I'm moving on elsewhere. no point responding. And I went back and I said, look, I really appreciate the opportunity to run through my rates and services with you. However, I was asleep.
Yeah.
And for me, I just go, what a great opportunity to find out that that's not my ideal client.
Exactly.
As business owners, and I've done this many, many times. I did it just last week. I had a date night with my man. Had a client that's like, I need this proposal by close of business. I moved my date night, and that created some friction
Tension.
internally with myself, not even with my partner. But what happened with that is then that proposal, 3 days later, they hadn't even read it. A week later, they said, thanks so much for your time, but, you're out of our budget. And I'm like, well, let's have a conversation about removing some services, looking at what we can do. And it just reminded me, time is so precious.
Yes.
We get one life. And I've had many clients over the years, and many of them I still talk to now, and I like their posts and I engage with them. But clients come and clients go.
Yeah.
Opportunities come, and you're a double-edged sword. You've got clients that are the businesses and clients that are the candidate.
Yes.
So you've got a lot of emotions to run, because something about me you might not know is I actually had a recruitment business for a number of years.
Oh, wow. There you go.
So I understand your journey a lot.
Yes.
And it just reminds me that your daughter, my son, we get them for a short amount of time before they actually don't want to spend time with us anymore.
I know.
We're only cool for a short amount of time. And I think actually with my son's 12, and I don't think I'm that cool anymore.
Got much longer.
Actually.
Oh, no. I was hoping it would last longer than that.
Well, he's a boy.
Yeah, he's a boy.
And I do segue, but, in the school holidays, I bought tickets to a family-friendly comedy event.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, who is it? Is it Chris Hart? Or Chris Rock? Or Kevin Hart? I said, no. He said, is it Christian Hull? And I said, I don't know if you know Christian Hull, but I said, they're like over 18 humor. No. I just thought, flipping heck, it's so hard to please. Anyway, I went off on a tangent.
It's so interesting, isn't it? And I think that's the one thing I noticed with, making this move to have a remote model where anyone can work anywhere, anytime, and make it work around their lifestyle as a business model, instead of having to have, an actual fixed office and business that we have to all go to and be at all the time. I think that's one thing that, someone had said to my daughter was like, wow, your mum can be around for you more now. Like, that will be nice. And like, she'll be able to pick you up and take you to things. And her little face lit up and she was like, yeah. And so I think like that's made me think, okay, this is worth it all the stress of moving, all the stress of making these big decisions means that we can spend more time together. So I definitely think they're things that we have to remember too, because they're only little for a short time, and before you know it they'll be not needing us as much, and so it's important.
Before you know it, they'll be out on their peas.
God help us.
Doing a Macca's run, and we'll be, I don't know, texting or hologramming each other going, oh, are they okay? Look, it certainly is a journey, that's for sure. And I know that, and being 100% transparent, when I was moving my office out of a bricks and mortar office back into my home, there was a little bit of stickiness there where I was like, I don't want to have a home business. I don't want my office in my home. I don't want to have to service clients in my home. And then I thought, you know what? Change your mindset.
Yeah.
If I have to bring on 1 or 2 more clients to just pay the rent on a business, then it's just all about my ego. And ultimately, most of my clients, I go to them anyway.
Exactly. Me too. Yeah.
And I think the thing that I will probably flag and maybe warn you with about moving home, your business home, not moving home, sorry.
Yeah.
But moving business home, is I had a lot of people say similar things to Jonathan, to the point where it was almost as if people thought I didn't have a job. Oh, your mum can do that. Oh, your mum can take you there, or, whatever. And I'd just be like, I actually
am
have
working.
to work harder than
Yeah.
anyone else. Like, I don't have holiday pay.
No.
Well, I mean, long story, as a business owner. But, it's not like I can take a sick day and still get paid. All of that stuff, which as a business owner, like we're in services, both of us,
Yes.
if we don't do the job, we don't get paid.
No.
Let's put it down to nuts and bolts. So yes, you can go to the swimming carnival, or you may have to close that deal or put that candidate forward. Sometimes I've made the choice of going to the swimming carnival and missing the opportunity.
I know. I've been at many school Christmas concerts and closing deals on the way in on the headphones. And I'm thinking this is so inappropriate, but I can't. I've got to be in two places at once. And yeah, it is that challenge and push and pull. And so tell us about your business, Pineapple Marketing and Promotions, and what you guys are specialists in at the moment, and what areas you think or advice you could give to people listening that maybe want to stand out more in a busy marketplace.
Right. Really, really great question. So my business is Pineapple Marketing and Promotions. And the reason it's called Pineapple is not because it's my favorite fruit or anything else. There's lots of theories. Is a pineapple stands out in the fruit bowl.
Oh, yes.
And when I first decided to create a business called and I was looking for a name, I thought, oh, what am I going to call it? I remember seeing the post on Instagram, stand tall, stand out, don a crown, be a pineapple. And I thought, oh, that's it, Pineapple
I love that.
Marketing, helping businesses stand tall and stand out.
Love that.
So we specialize in strategic marketing, social media. I also work within the space of award submissions. So if you see behind me, I do eat my own cooking. I've got a plethora, whichever you want to say, of awards. And why do I do that? It's not just to stroke my ego, although it is a nice feeling to be a finalist and an award winner. It is a strategic marketing tool.
Yeah.
It gives you something to talk about from a PR perspective. It gives you something to talk about in your local press. It gives credibility to who you are and the services that you've delivered because you've been assessed independently. So award submissions is something that I really work hard on for clients. And, I do a lot of back-end work as well. So social media health checks, helping people with their personal and their business brand. I do a brand audit. I go into businesses. There's businesses I go into as a secret shopper, so their staff don't even know that I'm engaged.
Oh, wow.
And I actually will go through the whole cycle of purchasing something. One hairdresser I was doing this with, I was actually sitting at the furniture shop just across the road and just watching the interactions of their staff. And I think something that I've become known for is being able to bring a fresh set of eyes into a business.
Okay.
I was in a business just the other day and they said, oh, book now for Father's Day.
Yeah.
And I said to her, oh, have you got I said, you mean Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I said, in the bathrooms, there's signs, book now for Father's Day. She goes, oh, they're still there. Oh, I didn't realise. Now, Father's Day was in September. That's just one example on how a business, when you're looking at your own business constantly.
Yes.
And, you've got a husband and a child. It's like dirty laundry or, Pokemon cards or whatever they're into. When it's there for so long, it suddenly gets missed.
Yes.
And it's the same in marketing, and it's the same in business, and it's the same in your personal presentation. There's conversations that I've had with people where I've said, I think your brand slipped a little bit. I will, if I'm working, I will always wear pineapples or yellow. Simple as that.
Okay.
I will not go out, and people go, oh, here comes a pineapple lady. Here she is, another pair of sunglasses. People know me as Miss Pineapple.
But you're memorable.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're memorable.
And the thing is, what happens is people go, they'll see a pineapple, and this happens all the time.
Yeah.
They'll see pineapple sheets or towels or a shirt or whatever, and they'll take a photo and send it to me. Now, what that immediately tells me is they're out shopping, and my brand has become an interrupter, where they see a pineapple, automatically recognize it, and go, oh, Louise, I better send it to her.
Yeah,
so now without them even thinking about it, subconsciously they're thinking about Louise from Pineapple Marketing.
Yeah.
At a time that I would never have been on their radar.
I love that.
So to be able to create, sorry.
So yeah, I remember you at a Aronson Sony event that we're at a conference, and I remember you're in your pineapple outfit, and that's how we met. And then you were like literally handing out these candles with pineapples on it, and you gave me one, you gave some other people, and you had all your merch with you like to give out, and it was like, wow, like it just makes you memorable, and I love that.
And it doesn't cost a lot to leave an impact. Now, I remember that was probably 3 years ago that we met that first time at Sansoni.
Yeah, Empire Mastery, yeah.
So, but I remember that meeting. I remember, like, I took 24 candles to that event. It was like a luggage bag. and they're not cheap candles by any means, I get them made for me and branded. And it's about making an impact. How can I make someone's day, their week, their life, their business just that little bit better than it was before meeting me?
Yeah, I love that.
So,
and you definitely have that. I can definitely attest to that, and how memorable you are, and how you definitely live and breathe what you're saying to us. So, I've seen you in action. So yeah, definitely it's a great way to look at it. And in terms of what advice would you give to anyone interested in setting up, like they're setting up their private practice or their business, or they're building up an NDIS service, and they're just like, where do I start? How do I, like, in terms of marketing and branding, it's probably, like you said, it's the last thing they're thinking about. So how do we, help with that?
Look, again, great question. I think there's never been more information out about marketing, starting a business, AI than ever before, to the point where it's so overwhelming that when there's so many choices, people choose nothing. So my first bit of advice is to create a network or a trusted group of advisors or peers that you can bounce ideas off. People that don't have a vested interest in the outcome, but also people that aren't your cheerleaders. And what I mean by that is, you can cook, as an example, you can cook a cake and it may not be the best cake, but your family go, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Oh, can I have the recipe? Actually, no one wants a recipe. but they're saying that because they want you to feel good. Now, the thing is, if you connect with your target market and your ideal persona and your avatar and get their thoughts and feedback, what's going to serve them? I love the point that you drilled down on allied health and NDIS. I've done a lot of work within the naturopath space.
Yeah.
And it's all about, oh, I do this, I don't do this for the money, I do this to help people. And I go, great, okay, so you want to work for free and sing kumbaya. That's not life, and it's not business. We do need to be able to stand tall and stand out. Earlier I spoke about the change of economy. There's a lot of people that are really struggling, and there's less money out there to be spent than ever before. So it's more important now than ever to be able to get some cut through and have a strategy to make sure that what you're saying hits your target audience and isn't just noise in the market. Oh, I've lost your volume. Just talk amongst yourselves. I'll just swap sunglasses. Still can't hear you. The good thing is you've seen all of my sunglasses. You're on mute now.
There you go.
Can I hear you now? There we go. Great. Just as well, saved by the bell, because I was running out of sunglasses.
There you go. My battery's playing up today, but and now the sound. Well, yeah, no, it definitely makes sense, and I think it's something we all need to be aware of. You know, to stand out in a busy marketplace, we don't have to know it all and have all the skills, and that's the one thing my goal was. As soon as I was earning enough that I could outsource it, I did, and it's been probably one of the best things. I actually enjoy it. I actually enjoy marketing and branding and being online, but actually, I was like, I'd rather post when I feel inspired, and then get them to do the consistent marketing piece, you know, outsource that. So I do value that, and there is affordable ways to do that. And Louise will obviously come up with some packages or things for you if you are in the need of someone to help you with that in this noisy marketplace. She's your girl. So yeah,
I think something as a tip for everyone that's watching or listening today is think about progress over perfection. So many people think, oh, my logo's not perfect, or the PowerPoint's not perfect, or my flyer's not perfect. Just do it. Give it a crack.
Yeah.
Learn from it. There's so many people that have got amazing, brilliant ideas that just don't execute fast enough, and then they're losing the opportunity to be making money and growing their business and learning in the process. That's when we learn the most, when we, unfortunately, have those not so much challenging times, but you've got to learn from your mistakes in business for sure.
So true. No, and I really appreciate your honesty and vulnerability in sharing with us the highs and lows and how we will go through it. And it's so important to work with someone that gets that, you know, the challenges we're all facing and partner with that. And that's why the benefit I believe in working with small businesses like us versus a bigger corporate out there is that we've got the heart behind our brands, we've got the face behind our brands, and we're not afraid to hide behind, you know, a logo. We're out there putting ourselves out there, and we want to help you do the same. So, you know, it's so important. And I'm so grateful that, we got to have you on today to share everything that you know and are doing with us. And could you give us, to wrap up, your top quote that shows grit and grace in leadership and life? Have you got a quote for me?
Oh, well, just before I do that, I would like to send out a special offer to your viewers and listeners. Now, I do have on my website a strategy session. These can be done face-to-face if you're in Sydney, or it can be done on Zoom anywhere around the world. I do work in all time zones. They're usually valued at 445 AUD. I'm giving 10% off for anyone as a tailored offer. And because of your connection with Are You Okay? Mental health is something that's very important to me in life and in business. I will also give 10% to Are You Okay? For any tailored care, recruitment, grit and grace, leadership, client, or opportunity that comes my way. So the quote, this is a quote I love so, so much, and I use it in all areas of my life, and it's a Helen Keller quote. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. And I think that's something that it's important to remember in the family home. It's important to remember in business. It's important to remember as a family. Like they say, it takes a village to raise a family. I'm like, do they just show up, or do I have to call someone? You know, it really is that support of having people on our journey that will help us get there. Oh, I've lost you again. So I think we were at the end of our podcast time.
There we go. Yes,
Okay.
I love that. I love that quote. It's so good. And I think, yeah, let's remember that today in what we're doing. Let's take that with us. And yeah, I'm so grateful for your time today and sharing with me. And despite the tech issues, and I absolutely love anything that you're doing and posting. So please follow Louise online. Where would be the best places to look you up? I'm guessing everywhere, but where would you recommend people start, Louise?
Look, probably Facebook is where I'm most active.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, Instagram, of course. You can send me a carrier pigeon, smoke signals, anything. This. It's pretty easy when you stand tall and stand out like I do. But look,
That's true.
As you can see by my energy, I try and be as transparent as possible with who I am. And for me, I love helping business owners on their journey to stand tall and stand out. So if any of your audience does want to connect, please get them to say, that they heard me here, because
Yes.
they will actually, I do have a bit of a wait list at the moment, and they will jump that wait list as well.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, Louise. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the special offer for my listeners. We'll definitely put the details of that in the show notes. So if anyone is wanting to get in touch with Louise and secure that special discount, I'd love you to connect with her and let me know how you go. So thank you so much.
And also 10% to Are You Okay?
Oh, yes.
Which if you don't know Are You Okay, please, of course, Kate does. Please take a moment to like and follow them. And in September, they've got their Are You Okay Day coming up. The date escapes me at the moment, but
yes, I very much appreciate it. It's on brand. Are You Okay is on brand to Pineapple Marketing because it's all yellow, so you would love it. And yeah, maybe. And I really appreciate you donating to that as an ambassador for 6 years. I really value that conversation starters and helping equip people to have those conversations with people struggling with life and mental health. And it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I'm grateful that you can donate to that as well. So thank you so much.
And there's times in life and in business that I've not been okay. Yeah. And it's hard to find a trusted place to be able to have that conversation without judgment. So I appreciate you always being out there talking about Are You Okay Day and them as an organisation. And perhaps maybe we could organise an Are You Okay Day event. We've got some time.
Oh, we could actually.
I've got a few yellow items I could wear.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We get enough people, signing up to these offers, we can commit to doing something like that as a group and as a community. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, well, you have an awesome afternoon, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. And thank you to your amazing crew in the background. I appreciate all your help.
Oh, thank you so much.
Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Grit and Grace Leadership Talks with myself and Louise. Please like and share this if you enjoyed it, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye.